Came from the back of the borough, I grew up right out of the gutter. Got my 2 chains on everywhere I go. You know I be repping my brothers. Laying in the casket fucked me up forever. I had to pull over they covers. So nowadays I don't give a fuck. That's my only rebuttal. Cause cash rules everything around me. Cream with the money, nigga, $dollar bill, yo. If you try to run up on my come up this shit, fuck it, I'ma have to kill, yo. The shit that I seen, I never repeat. I keep it on low. Give a fuck about love, just give me your loyalty, all that I know. But what do I know? Now that that's out of the way, get the fuck out of my face. Now that that's out of the way, get the fuck out of my face. Now that that's out of the way, get the fuck out of my face. Now that that's out of the way, a nigga just tryna get paid, yeah. I'm so Jersey, my mascot, the New Jersey Devil. Whole nother level, my foot on the pedal. They only be hating cause they know I'm better. Diamonds be blinging like fruities and pebbles. Squeezing the metal, not snatching your chain. Snatching your chain, snatching your ride. Snatching your ride like this is the 90s like New Jersey Drive. Good kid, Mad City, killing my vibe.
Yeah. You are now tuned in to the show, the only show to be tuned into on Saturdays. Of course, this is the Sound Only Saturdays of the Devinwade Show. I am your host, Dangerous DevNasty, a.k.a. Choke Your Mom Out, a.k.a. Choke Your Pop Out. And of course, I have the bitch-ass nigga himself, Garnett Briscoe, in the building. And he pointed at Puerto Rich, and he didn't do his bird call.
That's it. I'm here. I'm in the building. What's up?
Garnett Briscoe. Of course, in the building as always is Puerto Rican legend, Camden legend, star of the hit Ghetto TV series on Amazon Prime right now.
Yes.
Chase Street, Mr. Butt Naked, Mr. Keep a Sex Scene on him.
This guy. This guy. Somebody got to stop this guy.
Porno Porter, a.k.a. Porno Rich. A.k.a. Porno Rich. What's up?
All these names they done added, man. Listen, man, we here, man. All praises due, man. We here.
Of course, we got silently. We have Leo Vega in the building, and of course, who we know now as Mona Lisa, as Mona Scott Young. You know what I'm saying? Mona Love is Chelsea Lee in the building.
Hold on, what was the first
Hold on, no, it's too
Don't
early.
start off with Don't start nothing off with
It's too early
They gave
for that.
you 2 quick aliases too. I didn't even know you had them already. That's nice. Mona Lisa.
Yeah, she got her alias. What's up, Chels?
Hi, beautiful people.
Yo, and today we got a special guest. I don't know any person ever, me personally, to have their own stages just built in the middle of forest. They cut down the forest, number one. So as far as all the environmental protesting motherfuckers be mad at this nigga, they cut down the entire forest, turned it to a field, and next thing you know, they built a stage with jumbotrons. I don't know where they get this money. Shout out to John and everybody involved. But we have Mir Fontane.
Hey, what do you say? It's the macaroni in the building. How y'all doing, man?
The macaroni Tony is in the
Right, the young legend.
Yes,
young
sir.
legend in the building.
I'm amazed right now. I can't believe it. I'm starstruck. He's here.
He pulled up in the Lambo too.
Oh, there's another Lambo
got a
puller.
Lambo.
I walked here.
And nah, listen.
Oh, they
Listen.
always
Right,
lying.
No.
Correction, I walked here.
I see the chain. The hair is
Down the
freshly
street.
dyed. It's a very
Nah,
hot
listen,
right now.
he definitely stepped it up, man. When I met him, he had a small chain. Now look at it.
Hey, you gotta level up.
This
If you not
shit is
leveling up,
crazy,
what you
man.
playing the game for, you feel me?
It's about 4 or 5 years. He didn't came up, man.
It's about time for a new one, though. That's how I feel.
Oh, look, he said it's about time
never
for a new
come
one.
up.
Oh, yeah, well, he about to get it, I guess, off of these jumbotrons. I don't know. He's not. Well, you know what? By the time this hits everybody, I think that they'll be aware of what the jumbotrons is all about. Can you let us know first?
Yeah, so by the time this come out, it should be good. We're gonna be throwing a drive-in concert in Williamstown, New Jersey. Pretty much pull up with your car. I think the parking lot hold like 200 cars.
Damn.
You just pull up. You gotta have at least 4 people in the car. Well, at most 4 people in the car, that type of stuff. And then we're gonna try to practice social distancing, but you know, like Mir Fontane crowds, they kind of do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, they probably gonna bust the windows out their own cars and climb
Yeah,
through.
I've seen some shit.
They're gonna
They
be able
get
to
crazy.
get out, you know what I mean, have a good time. Like, especially if you VIP, we're gonna get you another extra parking space next to you, so you got more room to mingle and do what you want to do. But it's gonna be a movie, first time ever doing it.
How much these VIP tickets for the Devinwade Show?
I'm gonna have to let you know once we get the price. Oh, for y'all, you only got to worry.
That's heavy though. That's a heavy move. That's a heavy move. That's and that's different.
Because the
Super
Devinwade
different.
Show want to be there. We got to be in the building.
You don't even
man.
got to worry about it. Got you.
Oh, okay.
I gotta be with Dev because he knock out people and strangle people, so he gonna protect me, right?
Damn.
Nah, ain't even gonna worry
But
about
we're
that.
not gonna knock out none of Mir
There's other
Fontane's
niggas
fans.
that do some knocking out and strangling too. You ain't just gotta roll with that. Don't
Okay, I'm
just
saying.
Oh, listen.
But everybody.
My boy said he
listen,
gets angry.
When he come on the show, like choke your mom out, choke your dad out, he's the most aggressive.
I'm just
Show 'em,
silent.
show 'em.
I'm
Growl.
silent aggression.
Okay.
A little growl. Give him a little growl.
little growl.
You gonna protect me too?
Look.
Nah, as of right now, I don't even want to protect you. No. Sin, where you at? I'm protecting Sin.
I'm bringing mace.
Yo, that's
man.
terrible. That's terrible. But yeah, we have Mir Fontane, and I listen to a lot of Mir Fontane music. I'm a big fan of Mir Fontane shit. All of it, the Macaroni Tony and all of that. What you got going on right now besides obviously beating coronavirus's ass by throwing your own concert drive-in joint?
Right now we're just working on me personally, I'm working on making more music. We supposed to, by the time this comes out, the new tape that me and Ish Williams are putting together for my late great brother Jose Morel, rest in peace, bro. We pretty much dropping a collab tape. That's something that Jose always wanted to see us do since like 2016. And that's kind of our way we're going to honor him. That should be out this Saturday. And then after that, I got my own single project I'm working on called Melody Monster. For all the fans that's been waiting on Georgia Peaches and stuff like that, that's going to be the first single off of that. So, yeah, that whole tape right there is just a vibe. I'm kind of going off of the whole, I'm going to take you back to the 70s. Melody Monster is the name of the radio host. It's kind of like a pirate radio for Black Power and all the riots and stuff that are happening in the streets during the 70s, and he's kind of just like playing a radio station. That's the concept of the album.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm excited for that, real excited. That should be ready next month for y'all.
That's dope, man. And the name of that project is called...
the name of the project that's dropping this Saturday is What Will Jose Do? And it's pretty much just how he's like, he had one of the purest spirits I ever met in my life. You know what I mean? I've never met nobody with that type of energy. Growing up, I didn't know my dad until I blew up with music, and then he wanted to come in my life. Jose had way more belief, love for me than my own father, so it felt like I had to give it back to him in some way, somehow. And yeah, that's what we plan on doing with this album right here.
That's dope. That's honorable.
For sure.
It's something that we wanted to get into that does relate to, the circumstances that happen with Jose and things like that, and that is a lot of this unnecessary gun violence and things that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? We definitely want to talk on. I want to hear Rich talk on. It's been what, 4 or was it 6 now?
I know I think it was like 4 or 5, and then I seen some, I think it was 4 at first over the weekend, they said, and then I seen somebody else post, I think that somebody else posted one today that I seen on my Instagram. Like another, I don't know if it was one of the ones from that same situation, but it was like out in Chicago, I think somewhere. And yeah, like little kids, man. Like little kids, like listen.
It was an 11-year-old, right? He was 11 years old. An 11-year-old football player from Chicago.
And that's probably a different one because
Crazy.
I think I know who that one is. And that's a different one from the one that I've seen today because he was like brown skin, right, with the uniform on. Mm-hmm. This little kid that I seen today was like light skin. If you go on my story, on my IG story, you'll see it. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy, and we would be like, just fraudulent to come on here and we talk about everything else that's going on, which is super relevant. Super important for us to address, all the injustice, all the inequality shit, all the racism, all that shit that we've been drilling, for like weeks, and not just us, people all over the globe, speaking out and, trying to like, rectify this matter, because it's basically bad energy for the universe, got the world going in like the wrong place, in the wrong direction, where people just ready to tear shit up. And it's like really like no way for us not to address like what a lot of people call quote unquote like the black on black violence.
Yeah, and we want to emphasize the quote unquote because we know that obviously people that kill people that's around them. Proximity. So that's just kind of it's right. Proximity. Right. But like what Rich is saying is we gotta hold people accountable.
We gotta be better.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing? It's the same thing when like when I come here and I speak and I say, nah, I feel like, as far as all the issues black people deal with, injustices and all that stuff, it's only right that, I say something, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And it's, you know, I feel like, yes, I descend from black people as well. My kids is black. Like it's only right. It's important. And even people who not black, non-black people, to speak up and say when things is wrong. It's the same scenario in a situation like this, you know, because Spanish people, Latino, we in this shit too. We in these hoods, we in these gangs. You know, and I ain't just talking to gangs, I'm talking about gangsters too. Just neutral gangsters. You 550 neutral, you ain't affiliated. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, who's operating, you know, these situations? We need to come to a table. We need to come to, I know for me, in my hood, in my community, and where I'm at, like, I speak up on stuff like that, man. You know, and it's just like grown man stuff. I'm not trying to belittle nobody. I'm not trying to slander nobody who's saying they gangster or they, you know, they demand some certain level of respect or whatever. And I ain't trying to get in your business and whatever you doing in the street. We ain't trying to mind nobody's business. But I'm just saying, what is we doing and where is we going? This is innocent people getting hit. These are innocent people getting hit. Who is giving the green light for people to pull these guns out in these environments, in these situations where that you haven't really like scoped out if it's a real situation where somebody got to get hurt.
Right, exactly.
If
It's
it
like we
led to
didn't
that.
learn a lesson from what happened with the kid Junior. What was that up in like the Bronx,
In New
probably
York,
like
yeah.
2 years ago, which was one of the most vicious things we've ever seen. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it was a knife attack.
That was a machete.
Yeah, that was
Multiple.
like insane. And people still seem to not have learned
Like,
anything.
Listen, it's so toxic for us. It's so toxic for us, and it's so vital for us to understand that if you feel a tight way about white people and racism and all that shit like that, but you don't feel no type way and you a gangster, I don't care who it is, bro. Like, because at this point, this shit is like super toxic. And again, I'm coming in a respectful manner. Like, what are we doing? I'm not disrespecting nobody's gangster. Whatever you deal with, whatever you affiliate with, whatever you banging, whatever you do, because there's plenty of gangs. There's different gangs in different cities and different hoods all over. But this shit going on all over. Where like innocent children their lives is being taken from them, where they not even getting the opportunity to fucking like even experience a fucking toddler, a childhood.
Especially during these times, man. We supposed to be sticking together, like, and this is the forefront. Like, this ain't like old news or nothing like that. We still in the thick of it. And I saw an article in Atlanta over the weekend where 14 people got shot at a gathering. That's insane to me.
Yeah.
That's a ridiculous amount of people people haven't been outside a lot in the last couple months. And that's the last thing on your mind when you go into a function, you want to eat, you know, it's holiday weekend, you want to drink, you want to enjoy yourself, smoke a little weed, whatever. But you not thinking about, oh shit, I might get shot at this spot, especially somebody that know they squeaky clean.
The celebrity, Ricky Smiley, his, prayers and,
Yep.
Prayers to his family and hope everything is all good on that side. His daughter got shot. She went to some type of block party festival somewhere, I believe in Houston, I read, and was shot innocent there just trying to chill. Like, listen, man, and it's been going on all over.
Right.
Like, what are we doing? Like, y'all really prove these people right. If we say that, okay, guns, drugs, we not the ones who really bring that shit to the hood, right? We always say, because this like the theory thing that we say, we the small pawns in that shit. It's, it's bigger people than us. They got the planes, they got the boats, they got the helicopters.
Which is all true. Which is all true. But continue.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I love. Which I agree. Like, and I fuck with it. But I'm just saying, when they come and put that shit in our hands, do we gotta be motherfucking so reckless with that shit, man?
Right.
Like, we all got pistols, man. Everybody got pistols, man. Everybody got big shit too.
I don't have a pistol.
Like, listen, you got one.
pistol.
You got one because I got one. Like, and that's just how we operate.
I like that.
Like, but on some G shit, like, everybody got guns, man. What is we doing? And sometimes I wake up, pardon self, Mir, but sometimes when I wake up, I feel like threatened by a lot of shit, and I still am not going to go just jump off a cliff and go harm somebody of my own community, of my own color, know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to like get a conversation, a man-to-man conversation, look you in your eyes
you gotta
and say,
understand,
what is we doing?
A lot of this stuff, man, you know, like I always tell people, man, you know, I know we all musicians, a lot of us here, we create music. A lot of these people really want to live out these lyrics. A lot of people are conditioned by the lyrics. That's just real. Just because you might be a person that has enough brain power to say, you know, I could just listen to it, take it for entertainment and continue on. A lot of people don't. And the one thing that's the easiest thing for a person to be is a shooter. If you wanted to be something, you want to be known for something, it's way, way harder. If I tell you, how can you accomplish purchasing a house tomorrow, you know, purchasing a house this year? And then I say, how easy is it for you to catch a body this year? People go for the easiest thing and then run around and hold that on their chest and be like, I'm a shooter, I'll hit anything, I'll do this, my man's this and that.
I'm gonna tell you what the problem is. The streets don't have any protocol anymore.
No respect.
There's no consequences for going against the code anymore. There's Nipsey Hussle's not alive anymore because snitches don't get dealt with like the way they're supposed to get dealt with. Back in the day when I was growing up.
Talk about it.
There's no OGs that had the mindset to not put they little homies in position where they shooting. And like, why are kids and women getting killed nowadays? Like that was so far-fetched back in the day when I was growing up. Like, you don't hit women and you don't hit children. Now it's like, it's the wild, wild west out here. And like Rich said, everybody got guns. The most dangerous thing in the world is a coward with a gun. He's going to shoot whenever, wherever, if he feels like either his pride is being threatened or if he feels like, yo, I can't beat this nigga with just my hands. He got to get up out of here because I'm not about to take this knockout L and end up viral, all that other stuff. Like social media, all of that made a whole bunch of people scary to take a L. So they'll rather catch a body and try to see if they can get away with that.
And plus, I think the only thing more, worse actually is a coward with some money. Because a lot of people is sending these young people on a little dummy mission because they not trying to get locked up for that body. So if I put a little in it, and the money don't be what people think either. Oh my God! You put $1,200 in somebody's hand and they go do something.
$500 is crazy.
Yeah,
$5,000 to throw your life away is crazy to me.
Yeah, I tried to up the number where I heard numbers of things that happened in our hood that was $500, and it was just like that's.
It probably get worse than that. But it do get worse than that because it gets worse than that because of the fact that a lot of this shit go down over pettiest shit that ain't even about no fucking money. The shit be and money even. Come on, they printing that shit. Like that's something you could always. You know how much shit. Listen, and it's just me being a G. You know how much shit like I took losses when I was in the street by letting niggas burn me. Know what I'm saying? And don't get it fucked up. Ain't nobody never make no habit of that shit. It wasn't nothing crazy. Like, yo, just go take rich shit. Ain't nobody never take nothing from me but advice. Like, but I definitely like let a lot of motherfuckers ride because I just wasn't about to push nobody's shit back over no paper. I'd rather burn the relationship. I'm going to get away from you.
Right.
I'm going to stay around the niggas who stay focused and I'm going to stay with the dudes who get money and know how to keep their money right.
Man, that's honorable, my nigga, at the end of the day. Like listen, and it makes sense.
Like, I just feel like, man, even with the music shit, like music is something that's been like heavy for us. Music was a way for us to express ourselves. And we, and I get it, Dev, because it is super influential. And I do believe that some of these young guys be tuned into all this music shit and they can't even separate it from real life. You can't go listen to Lil Durk, Lil Baby, Mir Fontane, whoever the fuck you listen to and just still be able to be civil. You know what I'm saying? Like tune into the records. And if, somebody mentioned a story about the pistol, how they needed it, how they had it, whatever. We artists, we painting pictures. It shouldn't really be no different from like when you watching a movie.
But the thing is, it always been like that because one thing I will tell you is a lot of niggas that's in the street, a lot of rap niggas, all said that they was so influenced in their life by Scarface. And it's kind of like what Jay-Z said when he said Scarface the movie did more than Scarface the rapper to me. So it's those images, period.
I was just about to say that. Like I think it's a cop-out to just blame hip-hop. Right. Like niggas play GTA, niggas watch these movies, niggas do all of that. Like you can't just blame Lil Wayne or whoever you listen to off of the hip hop. But it's like at the end of the day, y'all grown ass men being influenced.
No,
but
by some outside source.
But it's not. But
kids too,
right? Because these are
the grown men that are letting it ride.
But the grown men, you got to think, man. Like you said, something like as simple as GTA, right? How long that been around now?
Long as time.
So this grown man still grew up with GTA and all of those, you know what I'm saying? Like it's certain things that we just gotta understand. Like I had a discussion with my cousin earlier today just about how we don't even notice how we're so conditioned to see death and everything like that. Like just the fact that I could scroll down my timeline and see somebody get shot in the head and just be like, damn, Garnett, you see this shit? And show it to him. And then, we move on. You know what I mean? With our situation, we get in condition to be able to see this shit and normalize those levels of violence where people aren't as disgusted by these levels of violence as they should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I think about how crazy it was me seeing somebody get shot in real life the first time compared to now, and of course I was a young kid, it's like you see that shit and you just be like, damn, that's crazy. When really, it should weigh a lot heavier. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm going to be honest, man. Like you said, it's certain things that we got to understand. And before we get off this topic, I just want to say that, even right now, look, we addressing us. We addressing us. Street niggas, hood niggas, whatever it is, man. Gangbangers, come to the table. Come to the table, man. Talk to the youngins, man. Figure it out. Get the paper. Learn how to get the paper. If anything, y'all should be more worried about learning how to duck these police and learning how to dip and dodge these indictments and these investigations and shit like that, learning where the fuck they squat at and try to watch and all that shit, than trying to learn to kill your own homie or a nigga from the block.
Plus, we know that 101 is that the fucking murders fuck up the money and even what they doing.
Absolutely.
The murders fuck up the money.
Absolutely.
Man, in my own, I don't even want to go into
murder bring like the worst indictments when you mix the guns with the drugs.
Exactly, man. I got family, bro, that don't need to be in the street doing nothing. They all right financially. Niggas will go to the hood, engage in shit, and next thing you know, niggas is, family group messages. So-and-so is facing a murder joint. For what? Nigga could have been in the suburbs chilling. You just decided to bust that move. You know what I mean? So a lot of this shit
That's
is
what
just...
Mike was talking about, remember? That's what Mike was talking about on the joint.
Absolutely. No, the difference is Mike was talking about people that's not from the city, that come to the city and then act up. There's a lot of us that's from the city. Get out the city. There's no reason for you to be back in the city doing that. You got to come through, see family. It is what it is. Right. But to be getting mixed up and mangled in shit to where you got to kill somebody or feel like you need to kill somebody when really you already got a set life somewhere else. It's foolish, man. I watch people lose their motherfucking sports careers behind the shit. It was Philly been on some other shit. So it was like crazy shit going on like in the last 3 weeks over in Philly, but like prominent football people that had motherfucking futures getting shot. This shit crazy, bro.
Or shooting people.
Yeah, like it's crazy, man.
And to the little homies, man, to all the little homies out there, man, listen. Like I know everybody, like I done grew up with some of my homies that had rough hands. Life dealt them rough hands. So I know a lot of y'all out there got rough hands. Moms probably got high, pops probably got high, pops probably ain't here, moms probably ain't here. Like just probably a grandmom, if that, and I get it. It get rough, man. It get rough, and you probably got it rough out there if you catch this podcast and you catch this episode and you listening to this, you probably got it rough out there. But I'm telling you, man, you gotta like smarten up. You gotta smarten up, love yourself. Love yourself, smarten up, take it one day at a time, man, and try to find a different route because they actually got prisons. They building new prisons every day, for us and for people that want to fill them up and for, and they plotting on the young. They plotting on the youth. They want the youth to fall in love and be infatuated with this lifestyle the same way that I was and gave about, 20 years of my life up to the system, where I didn't even get to be around my family and shit like that for a long time. So if you out there and you got it rough, man, right now, and you hearing this, man, listen, it get greater later. Like, have some discipline, be a leader. You could be young and be a leader. You ain't got to follow people, and to the OGs, man, let's speak up, man. Let's speak up, man. What is we doing? You know what I mean? Which wars we fighting? Who we with? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot going on. Let's speak up. Let's holler at the little homies, and let's, put these pistols where they belong, and them shits really, they should be the last resort. If niggas is getting paper, niggas trying to feed their family, their kids, their daughters, and get out the hood and, start businesses and all that good stuff, man, then the bullshit the bullshit is in the way.
Well, it kind of like bouncing off that is the issue of black guilt. You know what I'm saying? And what people feel that sometimes brings them back to the hood. So you from the hood, you done did something great for yourself. Soon as you leave out the hood, obviously people start saying shit. You know what I'm saying? You do get the crabs in the barrel mentality. Oh, this nigga don't even come around no more. This, that, and the third. Or you used to be one of the people that said that about somebody that made it before you. So now you feel guilty and say, I gotta come back to my old neighborhood. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But how that a lot of times could lead to some seriously terrible situations. You know what I'm saying? Seriously terrible situations. Garnett, want to talk on that?
Nah, just saying, like, to piggyback off what you said, like, it's some people that they act up because of their environment. The hood not good for them because they don't even know how to walk that straight line. So when they actually get out, it's like that's the best place for them. But them feeling guilty, going back around, just to say what's up, you not the type of person that need to be back around here. That's just not what that's you
know what, that's
are.
crazy, because that's kind of like my dad, bro. Like my dad was like a nigga from out here that hustled and shit like that, like down the street from here, Moulton Pike area, but all the way out 6th Street, all that shit. And when my pop moved to South Carolina, that environment wasn't even there for him to like dabble in any of that shit. So everything changed over, and then he became like a successful construction business owner and owns all of these properties. And it's just like he would try. It was almost like he looked at moving out of Camden as a religion. Like he would come like to my uncles. I'm telling you, come down here. Yeah. You're going to be able to do this and do that because those environments aren't there. But when he come up to visit, you could start to see like a little bit of the old him pop out because he'll want to like go through to the little bar that he used to be at and kick it with some of the niggas.
But is that guilt or is it comfortability? Because it's like when people leave and they go to college outside their state and stuff like that, like they force themselves to do better because you don't know this area. You're forced to be, I don't want to say become somebody else, but like you said, if those environments are in those specific places, then you aren't really more so inclined to want to resort back to the old ways. But when you get back to Camden, like you know these spots, you know this. So it's kind of like you're a little more comfortable, but at the same time, you took steps to become the better person you were supposed to. So I guess it is. I don't want to call it guilt. It could be a form of survivor's guilt. Stuff like that. When you actually leave the hood, and then there's those who can't leave the hood, and it's like damn, why did I have to make it out? What makes me so special? That type of stuff. Right. But I feel like it's way more of a comfortability factor. Like this is where you grew up, and this is like these were your roots before you actually blossomed into the person you're supposed to become. Right.
And but that comfability is what could get you killed too.
Exactly.
Because you come home. Exactly. Number one, you ain't all the way sharp because you ain't been here. You feel
it's
me?
A jaded view of looking at the city.
You come home, everybody know you home. Oh, such and such is back. Everybody announcing, you know, such and such is here, including somebody that you might have had an issue with.
It's people that don't even have an issue with you. They hear all the time. They don't get received like that, man. Fuck that nigga.
Exactly.
Listen, don't forget, famous people and people who celebrated, people who become successful and gain a certain amount of notoriety, they've been getting killed for years by like strangers. So it's not even about like if you gain a certain level, because your friends gonna instantly take it personal. Like, oh, he moving different on us. Bitch, I'm moving different, period. You know what I'm saying? And when you move with me, you gonna want us to move different. And you should be with moving different because it's a different situation. It's a different level. And when you move up and when you level up, you supposed to change. Listen, certain shit gotta change, man. People gotta understand that.
And it's like I said, it's certain temperaments, a certain personalities, a certain characteristics that is going to make it hard to survive in certain places because the characteristics that you do have, and they are good, they can only be met with aggression. And you find that in places that's disenfranchised, don't have no money, whether it be the hood, suburbs somewhere where, you know, there's no money yet. It's going to be met with aggression.
Yeah. So I want to get into something that's a little more fun.
Yes,
and it's going, and of course it's going to bring up. Of course, it's probably going to somehow ignorance is going to peek its head into this nonsense because this is just what it is. What entertainment is, it just happens, man. there's been a challenge made in hip hop.
Challenge what?
There's been a challenge made.
Yeah. They going crazy.
T.I.
T.I.
has announced that he absolutely wants smoke.
Yeah, he was talking like respectfully, lightfully.
Who you say you want to battle again?
50 Cent.
Oh, you say you want to battle for the kid, man, huh?
Yeah,
man.
Hold on, what you say?
You say you wanted to battle the kid, man. You know what I mean?
Yo, I thought we had 50 in the building for a minute. I was like, oh shit.
Nah, we got 15 Cent.
15 Cent is in the building. Hey, yo, but listen,
That's a good impression, man.
Nah, that was love. Fucking 50 Fontane. Listen, motherfucking he definitely came out talking smoky to 50. For T.I. was surprised. I ain't gonna hold you because he know like he know how 50 is. You know, everybody know how 50 is. And he came out talking smoky to 50. He was like, yeah, everybody talking that Jeezy, wah. He was like, I ain't even off that right now. He was like, you know what I'm doing? And something, not in these exact words, but something like this. He was like, I'm going straight to New York with it. He was like, New York been talking crazy about the South for a minute, disrespecting, talking about like we slow down here. Like he was like, and it's enough of that. It's been 10 years we've been running stuff for, you been talking smoke.
Now let's be honest. That aggression is a lot of years late. Because I don't feel like people be talking like slow, like the people down south is slow at all. That shit ended like a long fucking time ago.
That's because he taking this. By looking at the other battle, he found his confidence within watching somebody like Jada beat a Fab, watching somebody like Luda destroy a Nelly. It's like, oh, I know I got these cultural hits.
Yeah,
I know I got these hits, and yeah, I'm gonna go pick him because y'all think that he's a mogul at this point. His name precedes him.
But is he pulling a Mayweather?
What you mean?
The promotion?
So it's the promotion part, and it's also the perceived win, right? So it's like when Mayweather beats somebody like if he beats Maidana, right? Maidana actually is a way better boxer fighter than what's the Irish thing? I don't know why. McGregor. But McGregor is the bigger name. It looks like he did something crazy, right? So in a sense, people were talking about him going against Jeezy, right? Jeezy is a tougher battle for him.
For sure.
So he dodged the Jeezy battle. This is just my theory.
Okay, I see.
He dodged the Jeezy battle because he was the nigga that was like, I put this trap shit on my back. I'm T.I., king of the trap. And then, but in our hearts, I think people feel like the trap god is actually Jeezy. And if him and Jeezy go head to head, trap god, he loses.
Yeah, Jeezy got like a cult. Right. He got like a cult following.
Right, because the way his trap
and
shit,
they super hood.
The way it touched.
They super ghetto.
yeah. It felt so more authentic.
But question, what is T.I. going to play when 50 put on Miniman?
It don't matter. He could take
has a lot of shit,
No,
bro.
but he could take a loss on something. He could take a loss on certain things. But the longevity of it, because T.I. got a few of those joints like on every album where 50 stop after the second one, and then it gets lighter with the next Jones that's coming.
50 ain't respond for like 2-3 days when T.I. first challenged him, and 50 just responded with the old commercial. With T.I.'s
this where it gets ignorant. This is where it gets this is where it gets
crazy. I know T.I. was like, this motherfucker, man.
So this where the ignorance. So this where the ignorance steps in. So just to be clear, I'm way bigger of a 50 Cent fan personally than a T.I. fan, and I'm a T.I. fan. You know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way.
Yeah,
I'm a
T.I. fan.
I'm definitely like,
and I'm a bigger Jeezy fan than a T.I. fan too. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to not jump over this before we say what Rich is talking about, right? Before we say what Rich is talking about, I think that he dodged the smoke with Jeezy. I think that Jeezy would wash him once you put them, because the recession in itself
Thug motivation.
Listen. So the Thug motivations is crazy.
He got the loose verses up to date loose verses.
yes.
They do that,
on
or they
classics.
just playing like they specific joints.
Nah, they be playing features.
Yeah, features too.
Come on, 50. Like, listen.
Hold on, 50 got no. 50 got him.
50 has
because they
more
took 50
songs
out
than
of
you
like
ever would
Kelly.
imagine.
Because when you see the verses, you gotta think like you gotta think about the vibe of what just was played. So if you going many men, you can't go just live your life. Hey.
Right.
You feel me?
Nah, you
I feel
can't.
like a lot of his joints is like some more.
But he'll play.
Poppy,
But he'll
like,
play Rubber Band Man, and then niggas might really fuck.
He might get one of them, but then 50 can play.
T.I.
in the
has
classic.
some
I don't think T.I. was as big where we at, like East Coast up north, as 50 was big
In the world.
down south.
I got that.
You get what I'm saying? In the world, period.
Yeah.
And especially
Yeah.
down south, like
Yeah.
where they each other from. Like I just feel like T.I. music, he gonna have like Rubber Band Man, all that shit. It's more like, the southern, and they big joints, that took off, you know what I'm saying? But listen, 50, 50 used to talk that southern shit.
gonna be
The country
charismatic.
boys say they feeling you, man.
Yeah. Oh no. He got the joints, but it says that also T.I. I felt like his run was a little longer. 50's was like a super explosion for I believe a shorter period of time. And part of that reason, right? This is where it could go into 50's, but it could help 50 was that 50 gave away his bangers to his niggas,
Right.
but he on them Jones. So when you hear, I'll teach you
But
how
now-
to stunt.
but-
Does T.I. have a classic album?
Huh?
Does T.I. have a classic album?
Yeah, probably his first one.
I'm not like
What's on
the
there?
craziest T.I. fan. That's
I
why
like
can't-
Paper
I
Trail a
don't-
lot.
I do
That's
too.
what I'm saying. Like,
Because
with
I
50,
get them
like
all
Paper
mixed
Trail a
up.
lot.
he can literally just play Give Us a Die Trying from top to bottom.
That's what they were saying. That's what
I don't
everybody was
really
saying, Mir.
Listen.
I don't care about longevity. T.I. don't got that much.
That's what
in
everybody
that
was
as
saying.
long as
Man.
That he
listen,
could he don't even got to lead the album.
He
The first
they
album.
could throw a
I think
couple Beg for Mercies in there.
I think-
It'll be
no,
crazy.
I
Man,
think he
50
could-
My
fuck
buddy-
around, played a fucking Power soundtrack.
Wait,
No,
do you
no.
know how
Get
big
Rich
50
Son-
was?
50 was ridiculous.
I was just talking about this
hits.
yesterday, talking about how kids don't understand like how serious award shows was. But do you remember when 50 came out when Chris Rock hosted the MTV Awards and he was like, 50 Cent's this new rapper. What's his new song? I don't know. He got shot 9 times. Where's he from? I don't know. He got shot 9 times. Like nobody cared about anything, but the fact that he got shot 9 times and it was just like such a nostalgic time for music, he just blew up to the point like I can't see anybody having that sort of like run like he did, especially from New York, because we all grew up right here. So
Yeah, 50 was
50's
big.
always going to be bigger
50 was
than
big.
T.I.
And he-
for us
and he
over here.
crazy.
And you got to remember this about 50. Fishty was the least likely.
Did he say fishy?
Yeah.
No, my bad.
Yeah. I was gonna let you slide. You
I
see
was
how-
too, but they be jumping at me.
He gonna throw your artwork away. Fuck you mean fishy?
Yo,
Please
son,
give me the boobs, please.
I was gonna say, yeah, you thought you was flat chested before.
Listen, a nigga,
He gonna spit on the canvas like this motherfucker.
I need the
Listen,
cleavage in the bamboo
a
earrings.
nigga is very hungry, and I do want to go down to shout out to Romans. They don't sponsor this, but I want some of that seafood from over there, at motherfucking Romans. But 50, when you know the underground 50, you know what I'm saying? The power of $1.50. The I don't give a fuck who you are, nigga. Fuck you, niggas is this and that. I'm just the best.
I
That
smell
50.
pussy.
You know what I'm
That's your
saying?
dog.
So I would have never expected. I said, this nigga's never going to be a superstar. He's always going to be a person that we love, niggas in the hood listen to. It's never going to that next level. And then I remember when Wankster came out. And I was like, oh, this nigga got a hit. But even Wankster, I didn't like the same way that I liked the other shit. But when that nigga dropped down upside down, bro.
Yeah. He said, go. Yeah, everybody wearing the headband. Yo, 50 was a different. Yeah, everybody wearing the beaters.
Yeah.
The nostalgia,
Everybody was not wearing
No, I didn't.
goddamn beaters.
Everywhere I
There
went, I
was
see
some
somebody
niggas-
at least. Yo, if you had a
They
G
looking
Unit
like
beater and a
baby
do-rag on, you was
bulletproof
automatically strong.
I'm sorry. I actually took that personal. I didn't.
You wanted one, didn't you?
But there was no, I didn't.
Did you have the sneakers?
No, I wanted them.
Okay, you had the one.
They was fire. Them Reeboks was hot.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I wasn't big enough for the 50 tank top at the time. Like when
Yeah,
he
me
came
neither.
out.
What about the bulletproof vest?
Listen, they was for like dudes like him. Like if your shit wasn't like
He got
some,
shot
first
9
of all,
times.
you could have been slim. You could have been slim and slipped it. It had to be like a nice small size one, and you would probably look
I don't
ripped.
ever
I
think
guess in
that's
it.
cool for style. I don't
But
care.
listen,
Till this day, bulletproof vest, if you wear it, I'm sorry. Anybody in this room, if y'all wear it, I don't care if you wear it. Don't try to talk to me.
All
Don't
I'm
try to
saying,
talk to me.
Juju with these bulletproof vests.
listen.
It's
Now they got
mad
bulletproof.
corny.
No, but they
It's
got like bulletproof like t-shirts out right now, like shit like that. Like motherfucker might be.
If you have to wear it,
Motherfucker
yes.
might
But if
be
you're
a-
just wearing it for like style, like it's not a cool thing.
If you
to
wearing
me.
a vest
I think
for
it's kind of
athleisure,
corny.
Athleisure, shout out to Waleska D.
All I'm saying is, I hope if you was back in the day in that G Unit era and your G Unit joint was baggy, you was in the way, man. If your shit was super saggy, like you was in the way.
and that's why I couldn't have one. Can you imagine me in a G-Unit wife beater? No way.
But look,
No way.
Get Rich or Die Trying or ATL.
Get rich or die trying.
All right.
Get rich.
The
I go
movie?
like
the
it.
movie.
Oh, see,
thing
that's
is, though,
struggle.
He said, "Hey,
I
I'm a
love-
gangster."
Hold on,
He said,
hold on.
I'm a gangster.
But which
movie?
Oh, he said the movie.
Hold
He
on.
was
You
talking about
can't
the
just
movie.
pick one or the other.
Hold on. I don't think that most of the world will agree with that though.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I
that's
think
gonna be
ATL
one
might
Get
be.
Rich or Die Trying over ATL.
I don't,
Oh, you.
I think
Yeah,
ATL
I
is
know
a
that.
better
Yeah.
movie.
Movies.
I
Oh,
think
I
that
gotta put
movie
that
was
on the
That
undefeated.
ATL was. That's a
Get Rich or
that.
Die Trying.
ATL had Nunu in it. I
That
believe.
grabbed people's
Yes.
hearts.
Yes. So for
That's what
example,
I'm
let's
saying.
just go.
That
Let's
character.
go like this. Shout out to both of the leading ladies in their movies. But
Yeah.
people feel a certain way. Nunu
Lauren London.
is Lauren London is way more like means more to the culture. The character Nunu is more memorable.
I don't even remember the female character in 50 Cent.
Man,
movie.
listen. Here's even
The
a
female
better
character.
one.
She's
It was
the
her best
white-
friend.
Now she
Here's-
was a dark skinned
Listen, let's take it even a step further and a step better. Okay, we got 50 on the rap shit. Who the better actor, 50 or T.I.?
50.
I'm gonna go
Who
50.
the better actor?
50.
We seen him in a few joints. Both
50
of
got
them.
way more
I'm gonna
movies.
say 50.
I didn't watch 50 lose weight, become a cancer patient, and embody that role, and then get his natural weight back.
Yeah.
All that for a movie that nobody's seen.
The dedication.
I'm like, oh yeah,
Yeah, we talked about that.
And
He got
and
with Al Pacino. He's a goat.
he's been the lead roles in many movies.
Yeah,
like
he's
Ti
not in the background.
hasn't been necessarily the lead role. He's probably been like a co-star or something like. Well, in
Takers.
in ATL, he did a good job at ATL. But like Takers, it was like a whole cast. A great movie. I feel like he did a great job. But what about that?
ATL was a better movie. I'm casting my
Listen,
vote.
I just watched one with T.I. and who was it, Day Day, and they had like a chicken.
In the Trap. I was about to say that. That is a funny ass movie. It's probably not great acting, but
No,
it's a funny
stupid.
movie.
No, it's stupid.
It's a
Yo,
funny movie.
I love 50, and I definitely got 50 as well. But I love 50's story the most because, and I'm just like super inspired by 50's story, like kind of like the most because I can't help but to feel like watching his whole come up and everything. Like, and I love, what Ja Rule did, Murder Inc., anybody, any of these people who 50 was dealing with, at around the time, I loved everybody. I love Wu-Tang. I love Pun. Rest in peace, Pun. 50 had shit to say about them. But I just felt like because of whatever reason, like it was a lot of people, right, really not wanting to see 50 make it and not wanting to see 50 win. And I just feel like when you destined to win and when God give you a gift and, and God got you here for a purpose, it's not people's right, to even try to stop you. It's not people's right to try to like block you, and I think that happens in like that industry and entertainment a lot where people try to like definitely like, we know what happens, politics and calls get made and shit like that. And I think just 50 was just like super relentless.
He was a bully.
Yeah, he was like, I'm doing
sure.
I'm doing me, and now y'all got me super mad because goofy shit going on, and now I'm just going bonkers.
He also aligned himself with the right people, man. Like, you're not going to have somebody like Eminem on your team, somebody like Dr. Dre on your team, like, in order to get that pushing and backing. But I feel like that's the main reason why ain't none of these battles with 50 Cent gonna happen. So many people could throw his name out there, publicity for this, for that. 50 is only gonna battle another mogul.
Yeah.
It gotta be Eminem. It gotta be a Dr.
Plus,
Dre.
50
It
talk
gotta
too
be-
heavy, man. Dude, when they
He not
talk
doing
in
that.
between.
That's what I'm saying. That charisma is going to kill that versus
No,
battle.
but this is the thing too. Let's not underestimate the vernacular of T.I. When T.I. talk,
That expeditious.
listen. When T.I. talk, because
He's gonna
T.I.'s not stupid. So when he steps into this, he knows what he's walking into, knowing that in between when they talk between playing their songs, that 50 gonna say some shit. Because what we needed to get into was the fact that 50 replied with putting up, okay, so when T.I. was caught with an astronomical amount of firearms, right?
Yeah.
Astronomical amount of firearms.
It was like 200. Was it like 500?
I don't know. Halo guns. Them things was
I don't know, but he had big shit. And we know that when you could get 5 years on one pistol. We know that, right?
On bullets.
On one joint. But now let's also down south be a different level with the pistols. Where did he get caught with the pistols?
I
believe down south, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So they let you get away with some shit. But he got caught with a whole arsenal, right? And when you get caught with an arsenal, people feel as though it's not really possible for you to get out of prison without some kind of exchange for getting out of prison. So people always try to paint a picture when they have a problem with T.I. and say he must have cut some kind of a deal or told on somebody or whatever.
Because then he only did like a year or something, right? A year or 2 years?
It might have been a year. And what he did was he agreed to do a special on MTV where he was like talking to kids and shit like that. You remember that, John?
What was that called? It was the Road to Redemption.
Okay, yeah, T.I. Road to Redemption, which is crazy because didn't one of the young boys that was like a shooter on the show end up becoming a nigga in his entourage, the little nigga Pee Wee or some shit like that?
I forget.
I think after he was done, he was like, "Listen, I like your style, youngin."
So they made him do that and what? The commercial?
And he had to do a hotline commercial for what people call a snitch line, but I'm not gonna call it a snitch line because it's for civilians to call when they see crime. But as a player in the game, having to be the face of the commercial and say everybody dial 1-900-TELL or whatever the
TIPS. It was tips.
Oh, that's hold on.
That's a fact. It was tips. And the thing is, that's what make the people that put the commercial together assholes.
Yeah.
Because they knew what they was. His name is Tip Harris.
Yo, come on,
it's
guys.
Tips. All right, bro.
Yeah, they definitely wilded out on bro. And listen, my whole thing is like, I've heard, and I don't know, people gotta like open up these law books if you really want to know. If you that interested in like and I think you should be. That's why I don't speak on a lot of shit. I'll say I don't know because I don't
put
know.
Blame on niggas.
Yeah, like if you want to put blame on niggas and you want to talk shit, then go investigate and come with your motherfucking evidence, come with your proof in your hand, so it won't be no squabble and there won't be no back and forth because. I don't know. I've heard that it's laws with the feds, depending on if it's your first offense or second offense, or I don't know. But I've heard that in the feds, with the feds, and with certain laws, it don't matter if you get caught with 1 gun or 200. It's gonna be the same shit about a gun. I've heard that it's gun laws like that. Where long as there ain't no other shit involved, no drugs, no nothing, it's just a gun. It don't matter if it's 1 gun or 50 guns.
But that's niggas' favorite thing to do. Because 50 all the way back then on the maybe third album, was it Curtis? I'm not sure. Where he said something about you take the cheese or you eat the cheese. It was a diss line to T.I.
He played at the end of that post too. He played some of that verse.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Man,
see, I remember that all the way from back then. So now 50 trying to do that, also tries to warm the crowd up. If he does take the challenge, they already might be taking sides. You know what I'm saying? They already going in there with like, we watched the motherfucker. Because he might do that. What if he played that on his battle? Instead of playing a song, he played the commercial.
That's what he said. He said that was. He said
that was the first song he played.
First song.
Oh, hold on.
He literally said that was going to be the first
It
song.
was the commercial and then a snippet of that "You Ain't
the verse
Tough."
He was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that "You Ain't Tough" shit
like
came on. Yeah, whatever it was.
Holy shit.
But all that whole that whole snitch thing again. I just did touch on that real quick because I just seen a crazy great comment on shout to Gully TV. You know what I mean? Shout to my man Gully TV, Immaculate Dribble. I just seen a comment on his joint. There was a dude from like New York because they was talking about Alpo. We all know that Alpo told on some people, and did a bunch of stuff up there, whatever, that a lot of people, it didn't sit right with a lot of people. And the dude was talking about like, yo, why is everybody always coming at the whole New York about a person who told or a person who ratted on somebody and got some people locked up? Like, he was just saying like rats are everywhere. It's a rat in probably every city across the United States, somebody who done told on somebody. And he was just saying, like, everybody who's out in the world around this person is not responsible for that shit. And they're not responsible for disciplining him or doing anything to him. And why would they even want to? Because he already dealt with the police. Right. He already told with the police before, right? So the nigga was making so much sense. He was just like, yo, that's the responsibility of the people who he told on. And they family. That's their responsibility to supposed to handle that and clean that shit up. Why do we always try to like hold a whole community responsible or a whole group of people, a whole city for like when these people who told on somebody come back to their communities and the people who supposed to deal with them, I guess, quote unquote, is not dealing with them.
Because it's easy to fucking type some shit online and say, yo, you supposed to go kill somebody. That's easy. It's so easy to do, but they not doing it in their own environment. You feel what I'm saying? So that's so easy to do. I thought now this is the Paid in Full. They made a movie and based the characters off of them. Do you believe more people was upset with him for the snitching or more upset with him for killing his boy?
At the end of the day, I feel like
they was upset for killing
his boy more than anything, because the people that they said snitched on was more so
another
DT was
area.
messing with,
DC.
from a different
different
state.
Right, yeah. That was the world thing, is that he killed his boy and they was trying to get money to get the child back, right? Which was crazy. So that's the thing that I would look at him the most, is like, Cameron played the shit out of that role, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Cameron played, and from what I believe that I watched something on Alpo years ago that said Alpo also had an alternative life. Like, he didn't have to be doing what he was doing, where he was like off living.
Yeah, so when he was like this, before he got heavy, I guess, in the drugs, he in New York, it was like they had like a program or whatever where they get to go to New Jersey with another family and spend time with them, and they do activities, go swimming and stuff like that. So they say he was actually flourishing during this time, like, because he was a smart kid, they were saying, and good around people. But he went and he built a relationship with his family over the years, and about time he was knee deep in the game, he just never went back. So it's like he had an opportunity to go and do something else and try something else, but that wasn't fully his life.
Yeah, because I heard that he basically had people that was like well off or whatever the case may be, that he could have built the situation. They said basically it was like he had some other parents, basically, like almost like adopted him, and he just wanted to do the wild shit.
You got to do better. You got to go. And again, Tip situation is a whole different situation. I don't know if anybody's ever seen the paperwork, whipped out paperwork, know who he told on, had people come out.
They'll think it was just something that rappers do to diss people.
Alpo's situation is different, and for me personally, like, I just don't support it. For one, your name all caught up in like some homie shit with your homie, like that shit is just weird. It ain't my cup of tea. And on another note, regardless of who you tell on when you tell, people be thinking it's cool, like when you say you told on somebody out of state or in another country. I don't give a fuck if you told on a nigga in another coast. He got children just like everybody else do. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you sign up in the game and you decide to sell all these drugs and you want to be bi-coastal and you want to be a big boy, big Willie, big states, all these different states, and you get in the mix like that and you get caught up in some shit like that, you still supposed to stand up. It ain't no I tell on people from like another place and that make like the telling slightly okay. Nah, you still tell. You still not willing to withstand certain motherfucking weight if it get dropped on you, if you get caught with some certain shit. And if you tell on motherfuckers from DC or from anywhere, I just feel like if you get caught up in the right shit again with enough of the right shit, and you with a motherfucker from New York or from wherever, you telling again, because you selfish. You out for yourself.
You already put who you were out there.
Yeah, you'll sacrifice anybody to save yourself. And it's fucked up when you put yourself out there to do all this crazy shit and to do all this different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like when you a thug and because I know, like, it's extinct right now. Like, real, like I say it all the time. Like, the real tough motherfuckers that I know, that shit is really, like, extinct, because them motherfuckers used to, they be the niggas that give me 60 years, nigga. I gotta do 60 then. I'm standing, you know what I mean? They standing up, and they still locked. Some of them still locked up. You know, and I just feel like a lot of that shit is done and dead. And now that's what we dealing with, worm shit and snake shit. Not tell on I tell on you, and it's tough to tell. I'm tough after I tell. I'm a tough teller.
Yeah, listen. Tough telling. That's when you dealing with a tough teller, man. How you even deal with that? Because a tough teller is just like, yeah, I told nigga. What's good?
And when you come back shooting at the cops pull up.
Yeah.
What up, nigga? You ain't know I do that too.
Yo, niggas is not playing fair.
That's exactly why it's hard to
scary.
deal with someone who works with the police because of that.
Yeah, a nigga could be a killer and a snitch. Don't get it twisted. A nigga will bang you out and tell, nigga.
Speaking of snitching, the weirdest beef is going on. I don't even know how I fucking found it, but the weirdest beef ever. DJ Academics is beefing with Freddie Gibbs. That's the craziest shit in the world.
I don't even know nothing.
But I say that to say, because we talking about snitching. So apparently, well, not apparently, this is what happened because I actually watched it. DJ Academics is on his Twitch, responding back to Freddie Gibbs, calling him, all types of broke, bomb, da-da-da-da-da. And he ends up calling 6ix9ine on the phone. And he goes, yo, you heard about Freddie Gibbs. And he's like, who? And he's like, yeah, da-da-da-da. He's like, oh, well, yeah, that's the person that Harv shot at in New York. And it's like, hold on, this nigga is still saying shit.
He's just telling.
But maybe he did say that in court. But either way, he's on a phone call.
Listen,
he's literally on a phone call. Oh yeah, Harv shot. It was like, wow,
that nigga, he's wearing it on his back.
If
man.
I was the homie Freddie Gibbs, I would just kind of like get out of that car. Yep. Like that's a whole circus, man. And even academics, like, shout out to academics, do whatever you do, journal, vlog, whatever, but with Lord knows, we know, and I say Lord because Lord is the all-knower, that you ain't with no gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it don't nobody want to be on no gangster shit, man. Everybody just want to get money and feed your family. Like, dudes like Freddie Gibbs, to me, just come off like, like he just somebody genuine. You know what I'm saying? He genuine about just who he say he is. And I just feel like that whole 6ix9ine shit, that is the most circus.
You're supposed to stay away from it unless you're going to benefit from it. But it's people that really think that they're going to benefit from it.
That's the most wildest, like really like real life CB4 shit we've ever seen.
But just to get off that, I'm going to let y'all know, that is the worst we ever seen. But that's because we had a full peek behind the curtain. There's been niggas that's been on the same type shit. You would be blown away and shocked that your favorite rapper is a sucker or your favorite rapper is soft. Your favorite rapper is a snitch. It's been going on for a fucking fact. But before because we got Chelsea Lee and she's actually on her way to she got another battle. Chelsea Lee be out here. She be out here battling.
Tell her what you got going on.
And she be battling in a bikini. Well, by then they not going.
I know it's tonight.
Yeah, we pre-recorded. We pre-recorded. But Chelsea Lee, you could definitely catch her in a battle naked. Or something like that, in a bikini battling with the DJ shit.
You missed my live?
I know I seen the live when you was DJing live, but I didn't know that you gonna battle live with bikini.
Yeah.
I seen you down AC wherever you was at in bikini. I was like, where's she at? They
but
like
my friend
on the rooftop
books
somewhere.
a topless DJ in LA.
Yeah.
And I seen her and I was like, why you didn't ask me? I feel some kind of way.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. All right, guys.
I already know why.
Listen, because she's saving it for the special Devinwade party.
No one's ever gonna see except for who's at the party. It's a private party.
I already know why.
We already know.
It's because she saw the artwork for our show and you ain't had no goddamn titties.
And now I'm feeling some kind of way. I got a compliment.
All right, I'm a fig. Listen, everybody. I promise.
That's right. Yeah, them boys sagging.
Listen,
I just thought about
listen,
it.
I promise to fix Chelsea Lee's
boobs,
cartoon titties. But before Chelsea Lee get out here, I want to ask a question because I want to get a woman's outlook on this. If it's a person's idea to go on a date, is it automatically assumed that they're the one that's paying for it?
Partly, I feel like 80% yes. I just had a situation that was kind of sticky where I had mentioned, I got stories. Don't say, you don't know who I'm talking about.
No, you didn't even get what he just said.
I said that because it's sticky. You're using crazy words to say.
You got to understand, this nigga's an instant pervert. Continue, Chelsea.
So I had mentioned, why don't we go to the movies, right? Get to the movies. Dude looks at me to pay for the tickets. And it was like one of our first 4 dates. I don't know. And I was like, I'll pay for it. No problem. He's like, well, it was your idea, so you're gonna pay.
Hold on, he said it like that?
He got crazy.
Like, not like that.
Listen.
No, he didn't say it like that in the moment. He said it like that, like, that was funny that you got there and thought I was gonna pay. I was like, it's a movie.
He's gambling wrong.
Hold on.
Definitely ain't no Stimmy Hendrix.
So in that situation, if you say, let's go to the movies, and you're on like the first 5 dates of being with somebody or whatever, don't you think the guy should pay for the movie?
So my rule is naturally like, I pay. That's just what it is. Like as a man, I just feel like it got to be something where it's
How
like,
long do you pay for though?
I mean,
I'm okay with paying.
No.
I'm okay with paying. I will pay for dates.
I just got a thing where I just don't like a woman paying for me. But let's say it was like my birthday or something, and the shorty was like, "Yo, I want to take you out." Then bet. Cool. But other than that, like I've definitely had chicks hit me up, and out the blue because they when they know you was a serial single nigga. They out of their situation. Next thing you know, they hit Dev because they know Dev was always single, and it'd be like, "So when you taking me out?" Oh, bet. You know what I'm saying? It'd be their idea when we doing this. Oh, I see what it is. And next thing you know, we go. As the man, I just naturally feel better doing it. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think women shouldn't pay. I love, like, I work, so, and I make my money, so I love to be like, take my man out or whatever. But in certain situations, like if it's like little cheap dates, like movie and stuff, like I kind of was like, this another moment where I was like, let me sit back and think about it. Or
I think
sometimes you got to though.
Go ahead, Mir. Go ahead.
All right. Why you're here too? Because I would like a woman's perspective as well. You know how some women have the 90-day rule? Like you not hitting it until 3 months, right?
I don't know anybody that got that.
Well, it might not that long. I don't know nobody with that long.
She from the hood. They all 15.
I don't know one girl that got that rule.
2 weeks. Yeah.
They're like, we got to get it popping.
Would you date a man that said, I'm not spending money on you for 90 days?
No.
That's a
absolutely
not. That's a nice
wow.
A nice
you
analogy.
Want to see, are you really? Because like you said, women will hit you up because I know several women.
If he's cheap with his money, he's gonna be cheap with his heart.
For meals, they just use niggas for meals, things that they can't pay for themselves.
I know
so
that.
Just
right.
do that.
That's a fact.
So what if he's coming like that? Like, all right, I want to see if you really here for me. I want to see if you really like vibe with me.
Then he's never gonna get no girl.
Yeah, because
it's mad thing he could do to like not really spend money and still be like show you quality time and things
There's
like that.
Thoughtful things, but I don't think you could do that for that long.
And you'll know when you got the bad broad because she the one that don't even appreciate shit like that. She like really a fucking park.
What if you really like a little picnic?
This dirty ass blanket.
That's not a nice girl.
No, listen, it's some cold. Listen, no, hold up, Chels. Listen, man. And my whole thing is like it's levels to it. Like if you already like my girl, then of course, come on. Of course I'm laying it the fuck out because you wouldn't be my girl, first of all, if I didn't think you was a dope person. And if I didn't already like get to know you and get to know all these qualities about you and good characteristics. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have never made it to my girl level. But like on a dating tip, I ain't gonna hold you. Like I don't really need a broad to pay for nothing. But the gesture, the gesture to be thoughtful, like for me, it and there's levels to it. Again, I'm gonna handle the first night. I might handle the second night. I might handle the third night. Right? I went. I think because I had a situation. I can recall a situation where I was like, turned off. And I was turned on. Out of John, I was turned on, highly turned on. And we go out, we eat, we do like some restaurant shit. After that, we do like some bowling shit. We do like 2-3 outings in a night. And I'm on everything. I'm just covering everything, right? But I am looking to see, you know what I'm saying? Just if a broad even gonna be
Pretend.
like, oh, I got the tip.
Yeah, gas me up.
Right.
Reach for your back.
I got the tip. I got the toe. I got anything.
Something
I got
help out.
you need.
You
Here,
good?
put this in a tank.
Just add.
Anything, right?
Or when you go to the next spot, I got the drinks.
And listen,
like,
you might not even take it. You might not even take it because I'm the nigga that's gonna say no.
You just want at least the pump fake.
Exactly.
At least the pump fake, like,
please.
and not even. It ain't gotta be on the first night, right?
Yeah.
It ain't. On your first night, you let me lay it out. That's peace. You a queen. We kings. We lay it out. Like second night, might lay it out again. But by the third night, you should be like kind of like revealing your hustler. That you got some type of hustle in you. You shouldn't just be bopping like a stone cold broke joint.
Now,
and what I mean by bopping is I went like a couple nights with a John that just everywhere we went, it was just bar. The bill kept coming, and she was like, it was almost like
She's dancing
like,
over here. I agree with Dave. I think like men should want to pay, and if your woman offers to pay, you can either accept it. But if she never offers to pay, that's some weird shit. Like, but I think as a man, like, I think at a certain age, you have to like not be, you young, you could just go on a date and we gonna pay half, but then when you get older, you go out. If you 30 years old, 28 years old, 32 years old, and you go out with a guy and he's like, "Oh, you paying?" I'm gonna just walk to the car.
I don't even think you can or you should try to pull a move like that off if you want the girl, unless you already hit it. Like, you don't treat like, what are you doing? Because Chris Rock is one of my favorite comedians of all time. He has a joke that literally say, if you want to get a pussy dry, make her reach for her pocketbook. Mm-hmm. And it's like, my guy, what did you how much is the movie? $30? You don't gotta do it like
Listen,
that.
So
he's like, you had the idea, so it was funny that you thought I was gonna pay for it. I'm like, nigga, at the end of the day, it's $25 in a movie theater.
So I'm gonna disagree with that. You ever been a kept man?
I don't know what that means.
That's like
your woman's paying for everything.
When your girl has just way more bread than you could ever have.
I don't know what that
No. So
not like that.
So
no.
are you? I've been at one point where it was like I was with my girl. And my girl made so much bread, my old girl, that it was like she wanted to eat out at expensive restaurants every day. And she was to the point like, nah, my nigga, like, this is just my lifestyle. I'll pay. Like, I know you're not going to be able to buy this shit every day. Like, we eating at Budokan. Like, we literally.
Just imagine dad with champagne and steak. He like steaks.
Yo, real
level
shit.
2 living. You was level 2.
level 10.
So I remember one month. I remember one month, yo. I spent $2,000 out eating, right? Just trying to keep up with her. Like, every few times she do it, I'ma do it. You feel me? Because she got 3 in a row. Nigga 1. But even then, at the end of the month, I spent $2,000, bro.
She didn't know how to cook. That was whack.
Like, no, she knew. No, she absolutely knew how to cook.
So why are you going out that much?
She just had a lot of fucking bread, and that's her. Like, everything.
I can understand.
Everything on her was expensive. Her clothes were. She was like how Waliska D got the $100 motherfucking jogging pants, my nigga.
Right. I can understand.
Her job was something crazy, where it's like she was on a laptop for like an hour a day. And then she would have to go off to these like seminars and talk to all these people.
No. Are you sure?
No. She worked for like a cosmetic company. So she would make all of that bread, and that's how she liked to eat. She was like, want to go to these. Oh, I saw this on the Food Network. I saw this. They wrote an article about this place. All that shit, bro. She would be like in Buddha.
No. This nigga's talking about a sign.
Oh,
I
thought you said a
my
tourist.
weakness is spending too much money on food because I go all out for food.
Oh no, I can't even fucking remember what the fuck she was.
It's crazy because it costs to eat healthy.
Food is crazy.
It costs to eat like good and healthy, especially healthy shit. And people like complain about it. Like my thing is like I spoke about this before. Like I'm gonna treat myself with what's going in my body, versus on my body.
I ain't even like the shit we was eating. Like I like regular shit. So she wanted to go to all these places, and it just would be like, and the environment sometimes was like snobby. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, we have to go here and dress up.
Dress code.
Yeah. Like you got to have a coat on. You got to have a tie on. We was at those type of spots where you pay all this money and all they bring out is one claw, like a crab. The whole plate is full of just like flowers and shit you can't eat. Yeah. Steak the size of my iPhone, dog. And then the bill come and it be like $95 for this little teeny piece of steak. And for that, and the drinks be astronomical. Yeah, astronomical. Hold on real quick, y'all. Somebody's about to exit the building, so there's a
I have
Let me
to
put
leave.
my headphones down. I don't even want to hear this shit. I'm leaving too.
She gotta do her outro before she slide.
They put this on me.
No, we did.
You put that on you.
I did it one time.
No, listen. She did. We did not put this on her.
I did it one time.
Chelsea Lee put this on herself. Chelsea Lee is about to exit the building early because, like I said, she has a DJ battle to go to. She's gonna be DJing, scratching, talking shit in the microphone.
She got her pistol with her.
Yeah.
She ain't on no, she ain't playing.
Chelsea Lee
She's
say
a gangster.
Chelsea Lee say peace to the people.
Peace.
Give them what they want, Chelsea.
Get the people what they came for.
Give them that good morning.
Okay, I gotta leave.
How do you leave when you leave?
I leave slow.
How I sound?
And when I turn around, you look at my ass.
Damn.
Hate to see you go, but I love the one you leave, baby.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you what.
out.
Listen, Chelsea's about to get some bread, man. We about to start the Devinwade Show. Chelsea Lee,
Right.
they're gonna call in, get to have phone sex, and we charging $8 a minute.
And me and Chelsea got the ringtone dropping on iTunes. It's called Good Morning.
Good morning.
Let's go. But listen,
Hate to see her go.
right. We love our ladies.
Love
man.
to watch her leave,
We
man.
love our ladies. Shout out to all of our ladies.
Fucking hilarious.
But on a female tip, before we get off that female thing, I just want to say that for me, it's like when I'm first getting to know a female, and like the first thing you letting me know is kind of like, not only that, kind of like it comes off like you may be struggling. You know what I'm saying? But not only that you're struggling, but you're not doing anything about it, right? You're not doing anything about it. And you looking for like somebody to just hand you something. For me, that's kind of like instantly a turnoff because it's only certain levels you can go with me. You know what I'm saying? For me, I'm looking for like a partner. I'm looking for like somebody that's going to be more of an asset. And don't get me wrong, I don't need nothing from you. I'm trying to help build you up just so you could be one of my crutches. You know what I mean? God forbid I ever fall, I ever stumble, I could lean on you. But, you know, like I said, because that situation is what it always reminds me of. It reminds, you know, like again, you never even offered nothing. And not only do you not offer nothing on 3, 4, 5+ dates or whatever the case may be, and I'm just giving y'all an example, but you also start complaining. You also kind of like start getting, we just met. And you getting into like your bills, you know, you starting to come off.
No.
Like,
That's the worst one right there.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be
fishing.
honest. You come off like you tricking, and to a person who's intelligent, to a man who's intelligent like myself, I'm instantly gonna be like, okay, well, let's just hurry up and get this over with. Like, how much you want? How much you need? And I'll tell you what I need. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Because if you acting like one, I'm gonna treat you like that.
But now at that point, a lot of females will be like, oh, you want some bullshit? You want some bullshit.
Right.
Beating
Because
around the bush.
we supposed to be getting to know each other, and you coming at me like I'm a motherfucking, like I'm a whole motherfucking sponsor.
Yeah, y'all just went on a date and now she just talking about some woe is me. I don't know what to do. What's going on?
like-
Well, what's going on? Nothing. It's just
All I'm saying
my rent is due.
all I'm saying is at least let us know that you about getting some money. You got some type of ambition. You got a plan. You got something. You can eventually be help to me, and I wouldn't mind helping you. That's the whole shit. But if you help all these motherfuckers who can't do nothing for you, who can't help you, right? First of all, just by helping all these different people, you put yourself at limbo, where you could definitely, like, now you vulnerable to fall, you know, and your foundation not going to be as strong as it could have been, right? And then, God forbid, the day you do fall, all the people you helped was fuck-ups. They fucked up everything. They probably was waiting for you at the bottom.
Man, shit crazy. For me, in a dating situation, when I start thinking back, most of the situations that I was in before, like, I was always kind of like, I don't want to call it dating. I ain't dating up, but like, I was dealing with women that would have like these crazy ass careers and shit like that, and they would have.
Are you trying to tell us that you're a catch, man? What are you trying to tell us?
No. I'm
all
just
these
saying,
rich ass women.
No, because
all right.
No, it's not that. I'm basically expressing the diaries of a nigga trying to figure out how to. Yeah, because what happens is at a certain point, you make pretty decent money. You willing to pay for pretty decent things, like you know what I'm saying? But you might be in a situation where it's just like, nigga, this person makes so much bread that this gift that I'm giving to her is like, my nigga, I could grab that on at any time. So even that's what the situation was for me at one point, where it was just like, this person eating out is different. They don't even want to go to these, like a restaurant that we would go to on some kick it shit. She's not stepping foot in there. Like, nigga, I'm not going in any of these franchise regular. You feel what I'm saying? He has no interest in that
Relationship over.
But you had some bargaining chips because you had some talent.
Hey,
You could draw expensive portraits. You can't just pay for that shit. You had to get slick on her.
But
Like, bitch, I'll draw you right now. While we sit here and eat, I'll draw you, bitch.
But that was the part. But this was the part, though, right? It was just droller drinking.
Yeah, why you said just whip out your pencil and on a napkin? Like, bitch, I'll draw you right now on a napkin.
$700 bottle of champagne or some shit.
Right.
But you know, her thing was like, I mean, I get it. I know I make a mad bread. Like, and this is how I live. So you straight. I want to do these things every day. This is what I'm doing, whether you with me or you not. I'm going to be in there. If we not together today, I'm in there tomorrow anyway. But I need you to be with me wherever I go. So it was just like, that was her thing. Like, yeah, and I don't eat at those type of spots. I eat here. So let's go there. And I got it. And it was just crazy. Like, and it was crazy because I still picking up a portion of the tab was putting myself in a crazy situation. Like, who want to spend $2,000 a month go eating out when you got a regular motherfucking job? You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, it's just us here. We can keep it all the way gangster, right? Now, having a woman like that, I want to ask y'all, have y'all been intimidated by a woman that might have had a little bit too much money or been a little bit too up?
I mean,
start with Mir first.
Oh, he gonna put it on.
Crazy.
Start with, what? I ain't put nothing on me.
I haven't really dealt with a woman that had that I had to keep up with. I was always kind of in the position where I'm trying to help them achieve what they want to achieve, whatever their dream is or whatever like that. So I never really had I call them sugar mamas. I never really had nothing like that. So I'm completely oblivious on that topic. But
yeah, I was always searching and hunting for something that I would see, like a person. It would be like, oh, I seen this chick's concert on the internet, and it's like, how can I get to her? Like how I saw this, I always was like, oh, Sean seen this joint on her TV show.
Scoping bitches out. This nigga was at concerts with binoculars. She got a Fendi right there.
Looking at her favorite color. And
White girl, blonde hair, Fendi bag, red bottoms. Gotta be her.
Yeah, and then you get there and then you see like, holy shit, I'm in this situation now, and now I got regular nigga pockets, you know what I'm saying? But luckily, if you entertaining enough and you doing everything else where they just like, man, your company is crazy. Like, and I know you ain't no bum ass nigga. I see all the things that you have. You just don't got what I get. It's like if you tomorrow, nigga, was with Rihanna, nigga, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Rihanna sitting there like, yeah, nigga, I got stupid paper and this is how I'm living. You can't just jump in and steer that ship.
Look at like Nikki and her like husband. Like, I'm pretty sure she paid for a lot of shit. And I can't fault homie, but I'm pretty sure she paid for a lot of shit.
I mean, come on. We see what it is. It's like a homie could be doing his thing. You feel what I'm saying? But she fucked with him since, you know, back in the day. That was her boyfriend back in the day. So that was real. Her going back, doubling back and scooping him. You know, that's a dream for that nigga. His investment was, he'd put in a great investment, nigga. That's incredible.
Now, I really only asked that question because I can't say they have a lot of money. It's just been moments in my life where I ain't have no money. So any money is going to outdo what the fuck I got during certain times.
This the most honest motherfucker in the world.
I'll be honest with you. I had an ex. This is when I was going through my case and all this stuff. Hard to find a job, whatever. She was doing her thing. It made me a little bit uncomfortable, but I wasn't intimidated by her. But I know that I already know
His face
that
just so
situation.
funny. I was cool.
Yeah, I was cool. I'm like, all right, whatever. But it's not like we was doing super extravagant shit. It was like I said, I had nothing. So going to the dollar menu was like, you did something for me, no matter what. You did.
I feel like I would have to overcompensate. Like I would have to be the best in bed or something. Something that's like, yeah, you
I was
can.
top 5.
I just feel like for some reason I feel like Garnett, like she could have just been treating the nigga like some food. Okay, he'd be like, all right, cool. But even if she would have been like, come on, like you gonna get a Rolex, he still would have been like, it's cool. Like, and I'm gonna throw diamonds in the bezel. He'd be like, I guess. Garnett not stopping. I just feel like he wasn't stopping.
Nah, cause it's. I mean, like I said, I was trying to do when I can whatever I could on certain things where it's like, yo, you want to do that? I ain't going. You're not gonna keep doing that. All I know is that moving forward, I have to, number one, put myself in a better position to not have to go through that. But two, do I want somebody that maybe is living super crazy that got you spending $2,000 a month? Probably not. Like, I'm not even going to go for that until I'm all right.
That's the craziest part is that was my fault.
No, right.
She didn't have me doing nothing.
But
it was my pride and almost foolishness, right?
We have that too.
It's like if I'm in a better situation than my girl, right? And then I know my girl don't have the means to do certain things. And my girl is being prideful. I'm like, I want to pay. I'm not going to let it happen really. Or I'm going to patronize it and then find a way to give it back. You feel what I'm saying?
What I learned though, some women, depending on the woman, they don't like that. Like when they actually step forward and say they want to do something, or it's because they want to feel some type of importance in a relationship as well. It's not that I don't want you to pay this and that. Sometimes they need to feel that. That was the problem in my last relationship, where I was just like, it was to the point where I was handling everything. It was like all the decisions, all of that, I'll take care of it. So in my head, it's like, yo, you don't have to worry about nothing. You completely stress free. I'm a handle everything. But to her, it was like, yo, you're not allowing me to, you know what I mean, be seen as an equal on certain stuff.
Now,
like that.
now, would your girl? Because we talked about this before. Would your girl come in and then have to bail her out because she spent past her means?
Nah, she would never do nothing like that. Like, she never really asked me for nothing, but I would, because I would. You don't have to ask.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like it's like that when a person comes to you and they say, you know, I want to purchase this for you. No, don't do that, right?
Oh,
then
you mean like that? No.
Yeah, and then they do it, but then, as usual, they might be in financial trouble. You see them a week later in financial trouble. You can't help but relate that to, yeah, but you kind of did spend this on me last week, and now I see that you had that. That means you didn't have it to give. Right. You feel what I mean? So it's coming right back. You know what I'm saying? It's coming right back. So
I feel like it's the opposite of that, of the pride thing that we talking about. They willing to take that hit to their pride just for that moment to be like, yo, I gave my man this. I don't care if I'm gonna be fucked up next week. I'm gonna get back and I'm gonna do that. But he don't got to see that. But as long as he knows that I'm here on that aspect, the same way that he gives to me, it's like when you shut that down, it's kind of like hurting their feelings sometimes. So, but it's kind of like you gotta play the fence on that one.
I've never had a super like banked up broad. I've never really I can't remember no super banked up broad, but I will say that I will say that the broads who like at times got me little gifts and shit like that, like they definitely kind of like just stood out again. And to me, it's never about material. And I get exactly what Mir is saying, because you know I come from the same shit. Like we providers, you know, and we understand that these are our queens, and we just want them to be good. We don't really want them to have to worry about that shit. They deal with a lot of other shit, but at the same time, like when a queen do come and she just being thoughtful, you know what I'm saying? She don't even ask. She just pop up on you, surprise. She already sneaking around. She know your sizes. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta know your love language.
That's only going for me. That's only going to make that shit colossal now. Now my love that I got for you now really like going through the roof, because I see that you reciprocated. You know what I'm saying? And you thoughtful about shit.
So a lot of men won't admit that they like gifts though. Like gifts is a love language. I love gifts. Words of affirmation. You know what I mean? Like, right. oh, babe, I'm proud of you. That type of stuff. Or doing things for acts of services. They know you mad stressed out or you mad tired. You don't feel like doing this, but you gotta get this done. They'll pick up the slack. That type of stuff.
Right,
so a whole bunch of different love languages. Once y'all figure that out, and relationships is so much easier.
Yeah. And we need that. Yeah. We need that back in, like, you know, in again, where we struggling with everything else at, in the ghetto communities. We need that because we so, you know, like kind of like people that's just been through so much, and we so cold at times. You know what I'm saying? We so cold. Like I've been seeing females and males argue, and it'd be like, you know, people of color arguing about because a male might be dating a girl from another race or from whatever the thing may be. And I just feel like, listen, we got to get back to being happy, and we got to get back, like you said, like doing, you know, find you somebody and do all the right shit then. You know what I mean? If shit ain't been going right for you, and you know, you worrying about what somebody else doing, and somebody else who's actually found happiness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we got to get back to like finding, you know, those love languages, and you know what I mean? Being happy.
And Rich brings up that, you know, once again, race is just such a fucking, like, it's crazy that in this time period, this has to be such a prominent fucking discussion. But I wanted to talk about this while Mir is here, because I know Mir is a dude that, one, also is an artist like myself. This dude knows how to draw and paint and everything like that. I think a lot of times musical talents and, or, you know, just art in general comes together, just creativity, you know, people being able to act you know what I'm saying, and do all those things like Rich on Chase Street that you can get
He
now.
was doing some fucking.
Yeah, on Amazon Prime. And listen, I know this segued again. This just segued all the way back to Rich's ass cheeks being in the air in front of cameras. Rich, listen, in front of cameras. Yeah, he's the new the Puerto Rican DMX and Belly. We're very immature. We had a little viewing the Devinwade Show in the studio watching Rich, and we couldn't help but act like little kids.
They had me under surveillance with like 5 phones, bro.
Yeah.
I look up. I was going to try to record this shit, and I'm like, for what? The fuck am I
All you gotta do is
recording for?
repost it.
Yeah, we
it
wanted
was 6 phones.
Yeah, we was super immature with that. But I say all that to say, you know, about Mir being, you know, able to draw cartoons and things like that. There's a new argument in the race debate, and I wanted to get y'all opinion on this because I don't know how I'm gonna rub people with my opinion.
Right.
They're pushing this thing now where a white, I believe, white actress might have stepped down from playing a black character, and said that I don't feel it was right for me to play a black cartoon character. Those roles should be for black people, and I guess like in a thing where people should just play, races should be played, cartoons should be played by people of that race. And for me personally, I think it's going a little bit too far, and for me personally, and I want to hear everybody's opinion on it, but for me, I think it's going a little bit too far and could get dangerous when it comes to casting, because we know at the end of the day, just in my opinion, it's a cartoon character, and it might be a great gesture that this person says, I would like to step down, and I think that this role should be given to a person of color. I think it's a fucking tremendous gesture for somebody to even step down from a paid gig of any kind. But where are we going to start drawing a line if we say that characters have to be played?
Now, I personally, I think, yeah, it's a good gesture for the guy that did that to do it. It wasn't necessary. Really wasn't necessary, because if you look at just the landscape of cartoons, it seemed, you know, I mean, fucking Eddie Murphy was playing a donkey. Like, did you have to get somebody?
A donkey
yeah, like, you get what I'm saying? Even though that's not a person, but like,
right. They might go more like I'm afraid that it'll go more into like, if you compare the animals, it would be
monkey.
more like, it would be like, you can't play an animal that's not from Africa.
Right.
If horses was from, you know, this region of the world, only white people could play those.
And niggas would be pissed off if a nigga just playing monkeys.
Yeah.
Niggas would be
listen.
super pissed. But I said to say, I think what he did though was playing a seed to
I think it was a she, it was a woman.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was both.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
It was
well,
one from Big Mouth, and the guy who played Cleveland just stepped down.
Cleveland.
Okay,
All right. So I think what they did was playing a seed where it's just a reminder to the people that are in position of power to hire these people. Hey, listen, you can hire a black person for this job. You don't have to keep picking random, because if you're aiming for a black person, you can get an authentic one. It's just being conscious, and that goes for every other race as well. So for them to, you know, step out on the ledge for black people, that also does something good for Hispanics. It does something good for Asians and across the line. So I feel like what they did was definitely a good thing. I don't think it's necessary for a black person necessarily play a certain role or, you know, have a certain voice on a cartoon, but I do think it opens up a conversation to have more black people employed, to have more people, minority employed within that industry.
Yeah, so I thought it was a dope gesture, like I said, but other than that, I see more. I could see a lot of harm coming from that, from obviously a lot of rules being, you know.
I think kind of like, you know, man, we kind of like just be, sometimes we just hear with certain shit, and I don't know, you correct me if I'm wrong. Because I think it was cool. I also understand, you know, Garnett's view on it, and I agree with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people just really, like, feel responsible to take the initiative to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot going on with, like, you know, just black people and what all the issues that we've been discussing over the weeks. But at the same time, I'm feeling like you might be concerned about, like, just how much separation, like, because if once we start saying, okay, every character or every role in a movie, if we know that the nationality of the original role of has to be a character of that nationality. You know what I mean? Russians got to play Russians. Chinese got to, of course, a lot of times Asians going to play Asians in movies, but anybody, for the actors who could play something of a different nationality.
Right.
I just feel like, is that like, because we've talked about separation before.
Right.
About like just, but then again, also understand, because I hear like, I hear like when Farrakhan, when he talk about like, well, if we're not going to be treated equal and if we're not going to be given everything equal and everything fair, then we might need to separate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We might need to separate and need our own everything.
My thing is, though, if you're talking about cartoon characters, you're talking about fictional characters, something that's drawn, I think it's a difference when you're talking about voice acting and really just acting as a black person. So, like, when you're doing voice acting, I know a lot of people who can throw their voice and sound like whatever you need it to sound like.
Right.
It doesn't matter what your race is or your ethnicity. Now, if you wanted to do something progressive, when y'all made the Prince of Egypt or the little Egyptian movie, I don't know why y'all had a Scottish guy playing that. You had a whole bunch of white slaves. You could have fixed that maybe. You got a whole bunch of white people in Avatar when that's supposed to be like Native Americans and stuff like that. I could see that happening more than just
Avatar
voice acting.
I will give credit. Avatar had a lot of black people. Yeah, it did.
Aang is not supposed to be white. The two people that do the wonder bending are not supposed to be
We're
white
talking
as
about
well.
two different avatars.
Oh, no,
Continue.
not the Avatar.
Continue.
The
My bad. Go ahead.
Airbender,
All right,
the last Airbender, that one.
Okay.
I think that can be changed because it kind of made me feel some type of way when I seen them try to do the gods of Egypt with a whole bunch of white people. Like, it was white people in Egypt. But as far as voice acting, I really don't think it matters. Like, you won't even know who's behind the voice unless you look up the person itself. So
this is the problem that I have with it. We got iconic figures. Like, one of the most iconic figures in the world is voiced by a black man. And they don't get much bigger than a villain in Darth Vader. And if you tell me you want to make it where only a white guy could play Darth Vader because black people playing black people, and because Darth Vader is white. Like, it's not like he's a monster or a fake creature. In the joint, he's a white guy. He's a white guy. But you don't ever see his face because he has a helmet on and he's voiced by exactly. And I knew you would know this information because I know how you be tuned into a lot of things in nerd culture and things like that. But we wouldn't have that. Rest in peace to James Avery. He's Master Shredder from the Ninja Turtles, which is an Asian dude.
Nigga, Elmo is black.
So
something that somebody may think they fixing, you fucking up something else.
Correct.
Bit, yeah.
Correct. Because when people hear a voice and they say, man, that voice just fit that role. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a different raced person or fucking hedgehog. You know what I'm saying? Because they might say, Jaleel White is the best Sonic. You know what I mean? And he gets to play that. We know there's a difference, obviously, between animals that talk and human beings. You know what I'm saying? But we got to be careful with shit like that because it might just be a thing where they say, yo, Rich, I know that you Puerto Rican, but the way your raspiness and your voice come, you got that Joe Pesci. We want you to play this Italian character.
Right.
Or they might say, nah, we do want you to play this black character. And for you to have to be like, I can't do that. I have to play Latino characters.
You're pretty much typecasting yourself.
In a sense.
And what if they line you up with 7 Italians and you body this shit to the point where they still like, yo, he's killing all of them.
Well, what people don't realize is that the industry of voice actors is way smaller than people think, because what happens is if you go and watch a fucking cartoon and you look at, like, if you're watching Transformers and it says Frank Welker, this dude plays like 40 characters on that show. These famous voice actors play so many voices, so it might be a whole show and they only got 7 voice actors because they play so many people.
Now, is this guy white?
Yes.
Now, that's what I feel like the people, I guess, that put this out there was attacking that. Why does he need to play 40 different people?
How about this? Because hold up, because one because he has the talent to, and then who's gonna open up the budget? If I can pay Garnett Briscoe and he's just like, yeah, dog, I could come in there, I could voice all of these shits. And I could give you one check to voice all of these shits. Or I have to rely on now 40 different people to come in when it's like, nah, dog, all I gotta do is rely on him. These people have these talents, like what was the black guy from Spaceballs and shit like that? Like, it was a black dude from he used to make sounds with his mouth. I know, be able to turn him in the 80s. He was that Police Academy and all of that. When you come across those like rare talents, or Ari Spears, the dudes that can like imitate people and do all of that type of shit, when you could get somebody like that on your team, the value is crazy.
You ever heard of Cree Summer? Cree Summer does the voice for Susie Carmichael from the Rugrats. She does the voice for, it was like number 5 on Codename Kids Next Door. Like, she's like an iconic voice. She does so many different voices. You got Phil Lamar, Keith David does a lot of different voices. It's a bunch of black voice actors that are really dope. Regina King does the Boondocks characters. So if you keep going on this line, would you tell Regina King she can't play little black boys because she's not a black boy?
That's right. That's where it started getting dangerous.
But like I said, what I took from what they did wasn't necessarily, hey, listen, all of this has to change and stop right now and change in the future. It's just putting a bug in somebody's ear. No. Like, hey, like I said.
No, but we're mixing up the two things. We're not talking about their gesture. We're talking about the thing that came from that was people being like, yeah, people shouldn't be playing racist. So once they did something that was a good gesture.
It was
this is a thing.
I just thought they jumped out. I was like, hey, listen, I thought, the opportunity to do this, the opportunity to do that.
It started a whole wave. It started a whole wave. Now people are on that in that cartoon world. People that know about that type of shit and voice acting, they like, yeah, or shaming somebody else for saying like, what you gonna do? You gonna keep playing any character? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, man. At the end of the day, people that could throw their voice and do different shit, or people get hung up on stuff like this, right? So this is a issue that we got. You know what people mean when they say, how a person will be like, what you mean talking white?
I was just thinking that too.
You know that saying where people will act like they're offended. When this is where we gotta pay. I need people to pay attention to what I'm saying and not mix up or change what I'm saying. When people say something like, well, what's talking white? You know what the person means, because you the first person, and this would be black people too, to say that a character is black because they hear a certain kind of voice.
Listen, it ain't even gotta be a character, man. What's the I can't go for that. Hall & Oates. You couldn't tell me them niggas wasn't black.
but what I'm saying, listen. But no, it was there was some controversy years back when the Transformers movie came out, and there was these 2 characters on there that like talk with like slang and shit like that, and people was like, it's racist, it's a black Transformers, and the thing was, they was just robots and cars. One was green, one was red. So what made them black? Besides the fact that they talk with slang, it was it's us saying these characters are black in a sense, if you thinking about it like that, because we gotta pick one. Either there is a black stereotype that we believe in because we pointing it out.
I don't know if it's a stereotype, but I definitely believe black people have our own language. We got our own type of culture with stuff, like whether it's broken English, whatever they try to call it. It's a certain way that we say things. You can call it hip hop, whatever. It's a certain way that we say things.
Right.
And when you try to kind of clean that up to the general way that they think we're supposed to speak, that's when they say you're talking white, as opposed to like, some people say ask. Instead of ask, they'll say ax. Stuff like that. Little stuff like that. But it's like, it's just the way that we pronounce certain words and how they were taught to us by whoever taught us the words.
Right, but does that make a so this is what I'm trying to get at when we talking about things of race and how people get outraged about this shit. Is a motherfucking car that's a robot that's green, does it make him black if he talk like, yo, what's good? He's not African American. It's just the way that he happens to express himself in a cartoon. He's not a anything. Optimus Prime's not a white guy.
That's just like saying, like, if the robot said, "Yo, pass me that drawing," you're not gonna say he's not from Philly just because he said that, or that's just how he wanted to express himself.
Yeah, because you know the storyline of the cartoon. They're not from Philly. They're beings from another planet that came here, downloaded ideas of how they should talk from the internet.
So where did they learn how to talk like that?
That's fine. That's fine. But he still doesn't make him black to where people have to make it a thing. You feel what I'm saying? Because you gotta pick the two arguments are contradictory. So how do you want us to be inside of a movie? If a person does a voice of a transformer and they talk with slang, wouldn't it make sense that certain characters would adopt slang? If a whole race of something came here, wouldn't it be representation of people that talk like us?
Absolutely.
So you
but
can't
there's some black people that don't talk slang either. So it's like, it's different ways you could depict us.
So then who would be black then?
Like, I know James Earl Jones is black, and he doesn't speak slang at all when he's doing Darth Vader. The same way I can look at those robots speaking slang black. Oh, they're grabbing from the hip hop.
And people wouldn't naturally know that James Earl Jones was black or white if they heard him talk and never seen him before. They just think it's a dude with a deep voice.
Mufasa was black from day one. From day one, Mufasa was black to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You?
On Lion King?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they came off like that. I feel like that, like they came off like they was definitely like
and Simba
cultural,
sounded like Baby Michael.
From the culture, like him
when he was singing.
Who?
Simba sounded like Baby Michael when he was
I
singing.
mean, he was Baby Michael.
It was the black.
Shout out to Jason Weaver.
Yeah,
it's crazy because I just watched that not too long ago, and me and my son actually went and watched it, and I felt like that. I felt like when they started doing like the musical parts of it, it was definitely like, you know, just black people involved. And
you felt like Master Shredder was black.
I could hear it.
Nah.
I never
the
once.
skin threw you off, but I could hear it in his voice.
Like I never thought of him as black. He was just a fucking character on Ninja Turtles, my nigga.
That too. But
you feel what I'm saying?
Back then, like, you're not worried about race, so it was more so just like that's how his voice was. But as I got older, it's certain pitches that I can hear. Just because same way I did the 50 Cent voice, like I'm kind of like I'm real interested in how you can throw your voice and things that you can do with your vocals to sound like something completely different.
Right.
So
because you could also offend people by having an Asian person say, okay, well then I gotta play this character of Master Shredder, and then what are you gonna Asian up your voice? Because when an Asian dude is brought up here and they talk, regular. They just sound like what?
Sound like us?
No, sound like who? If an Asian dude speaks proper, what does he sound like?
They trying to say they sounding white.
You're being very, no. But I'm saying, he's being very strategic and very. You're definitely trained in media of what he was going to say, because he wasn't going to say he sound white, right? But you could also have an Asian dude that's brought up in the hood, and and he'll sound a certain way. But if you was to say, if you're Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita, in real life, he didn't talk like that. Daniel's on there. Yeah. He talked regular. And it was people that was offended by the fact that he was putting on like a fake.
I see what you're saying.
So it's always going to be something, it's going to be backlash with shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I personally don't fuck with it.
I just feel like, how you feel. I just feel like we got to be mindful, because it's all crazy. It's all touchy. It's all crazy. And I can't, a lot of times I don't even feel super comfortable speaking on like a lot of the, the black issues again, because I feel like, they just so delicate, what I'm saying? It's a lot with it, race, all of that stuff. But at the same time, I wished and I hope and pray that we never go into like a world of just starting to separate everything. You know what I'm saying? And because that's where I feel like you felt like where eventually we would be going down that avenue. You know what I mean? Once we start, everything has to be race to race and just everything had to be.
I just want our people to pick their battles and not have battles that contradict each other. We gotta really get on one accord, because I'ma end this off like this, right? Let's say you was to hear from our black women and some of our black men, and they was to say, I'm watching somebody's music video, right? And I don't see our black women in the video. He got white bitches all over him, or he got Puerto Rican bitches all over him in the club, shaking their ass, this, that, and the third, right? The same person will have an issue with the fact that black women are shown degraded, shaking their ass in the club. So it's like, Which one do you fucking want, man? So if the boy replaced the girls in his video and put the black women in there shaking their ass, now he don't got respect for black women. Mm-hmm. Y'all gotta pick and really understand when you get into a mode of complaining or fighting against something, you gotta make sure that your complaints and what you fighting for line up. Cause sometimes it don't make sense. You fighting against yourself. Which one do you want? And I know as a rapper, you probably have heard these arguments so many times where it be like, sis, last week you was posting like, they don't got us representing in the video, they got this and that. But you don't like what they was doing. You don't even believe
you don't even want to do that.
You don't want none of our people doing that. So what are you talking about? We gotta start thinking about that, man. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I mean, you got some truth with it. You know what I mean? Definitely some truth to it, and we just gotta. I just feel like, we gonna definitely keep fighting. I say we, cause a lot of my family is black, and I've been and grew up in the black struggle since the beginning of time. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I've experienced a lot of shit, you know what I mean, along with some of my black friends and family, and we gonna continue to fight. But at the end of the day, we can't be waiting for nobody to just do shit for us. We can't just be waiting for nobody to give us nothing. We can't just keep, you know what I mean? Like, even like with shit like reparations. Look, reparations, some people might be happy with reparations. A lot of people won't be. A lot of people still say that ain't even enough. So you can't speak for everybody. You kind of like got to just speak for yourself and move forward and do, I guess, what's going to make you happy. But I think we all should be doing what's kind of like going to make us happy. And I just don't see like this whole separation thing, like us going back in the fucking, because we spoke about that before. Like, I feel like if they separated all the black people, all the Latin people, all the Asian people, all the white people, guess what? The same exact shit will be going on now, just in everybody's culture. You'll be finding out who the evil people are in your culture and who the good people are in your culture, because it's really about like good and evil.
Yeah. So everybody just, man, I want us to keep the fight alive, but I want us to stay focused on the fight. Don't get mixed up, caught up in this other shit. People finding new things to jump on, trying to make issues out of. We got bigger. I'm telling you, there's bigger fish to fry than motherfucking fish. 50 cent. 50 cent.
Call it. Yeah, he been fucking up all F words all day.
Yeah. Word up. Word up.
Did he get it?
Did he just say murder?
Yeah, word. No, listen crazy. Listen. I'm hungry as shit, and we're about to get some fish.
That's probably why you saying Frishy.
Yeah, that might be the name of this motherfucking episode, man.
Then you said Murder Inc. for no reason. You thought you think about 50, you mentioned Murder Inc.
Oh, shit.
What the fuck?
Listen, I'm hungry than the motherfucker.
You want to eat a gyro? A gyro?
Yeah. Oh, yo.
A gyro.
Yo, where's that spot located? Is that New York?
I think so, yeah.
We got to go up there. We got to do a live episode.
You need to try Taco
Man,
Locos too.
we need to reach out.
In Philly.
Listen,
the best tacos I ever had.
Taco Locos?
Taco Locos too. And it's called Fatty Beef.
Oh, because there was a Taco Loco in Camden.
I think so, yeah.
And the owner got killed too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Crazy.
Can we stop killing everybody, y'all?
Yeah. Please.
Can we stop killing everybody? They be like, dude had the jewelry store, but they smoked
Kind of to
him.
go back what we were talking about when we was talking about this gun violence. Why are we so quick to kill our own people? But I'm seeing way too many people quick to just pull out a phone when these racists start approaching y'all.
Right.
All
That's
these
fair.
gangbangers killing y'all brothers and stuff like that. I ain't seen not one KKK member shot. None of that. Everybody's so tough against their own people, though, not the people that's really just trying to tear us down in like this racial genocide that they're trying to get going on. Like, if you're going to be tough, like, be tough in the right spots. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, this same person you mad at today can be somebody that could be in your corner tomorrow.
Right. That's the realest shit.
Fucking
Shit, I was
self-hatred.
gonna say,
That's the realest shit in the world.
That's actually a fact, because before the protests, like, I'm pretty sure those niggas that was walking, protesting, burning shit down or looting, they was standing with enemies during that time.
sure,
like,
absolutely.
They had
For
to.
sure.
If me and my homie, right? If I start fighting, let's say whoever, you know what I mean? And me and my homie there, and then my homie jump in it, right? And then such and such homie is there, and he pick up the phone and see what's going on. He might hit the phone before he jump in it, whatever. He might call 10, 15, 20 more homies, right? They all coming to kill shit, right? Let the police pull up and start getting into it with one of the homies and then start choking him out. And another cop get in front of him and block it off, and another cop say
bunch
get
of
it off.
cameras.
I be wanting to, why we not popping off? Why we not aggressive in this fashion? You know what I'm saying? But we so aggressive with our own. I think it's because it's easier. Because we know that they allow us to a certain extent to kill each other.
Exactly.
They allow us to kill each other.
That is the answer.
And people know it, and it's really like a sucker way out. Because you really operating in the same fashion that the Ku Klux Klan and people in groups like this operate, because it's another plan to exterminate.
Black people and Spanish people always say
You get
clue.
rid of two lies when
We always say Ku Klux.
It's not clue. It's not clue.
It's not DJ.
What is it? Coup?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a coup.
KU.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I always thought like
It's
they get
Clue.
Listen. Niggas say Clue. Niggas say Dark Vader.
No, because it is Dark Vader.
You know, we found it.
I thought
No,
it was.
it's dark. It's the same shit, bro. I'm not wrong.
I thought it
You
was
just
Dark Vader
speaking
when
in
they
the-
found out it was James Earl Jones on there. That's when it became dark.
I always thought it was Ku Klux Klan,
and niggas
I
say-
thought it was like, to me, it was like the clue was perfect because they don't got a clue of what the fuck they talking about or
And
doing.
niggas say Freddy Cougar.
Niggas do say it. I mean,
Yeah.
They say
that's
Cougar like John
people say
Cougar Mellencamp.
soda,
Bathroom.
soda, like, you know.
It's certain words I struggle with.
Listen,
like,
I
it's
say-
my
I hate the
list,
word
but they be
zinc.
like S words.
Zinc. People
Yo,
say
go
that.
pass me that fork out the zinc. I hate
No,
that.
no.
Hate that. That's some old. That's
What
some
about
old black woman
shrimp?
shit. Shrimp. Oh man.
That's a bad one.
Shrimp.
I'm
Mine's
guilty of water.
water.
I say
Water.
I
Oh
say,
yeah, water.
I say water.
With two O's.
Water?
I say
I
water.
say water. That's a Philly shit.
Water. I say water.
Like water ice.
I say water.
It's water.
W-O-O-D-E-R. It's water.
And I say water.
Water.
Well, listen, y'all. I'm going to get me what swims inside that water, and that's a plate of fish because I'm hungry. This has been the Devinwade Show. For myself, for Garnett Briscoe, for Porter Rich,
Peace, world.
and for the superstar that has given us some dating advice. He taught us about building screens, having his own drive-in
Yeah.
motherfucking concerts.
Big chains coming soon.
Big chains coming soon.
Big
music coming soon for all of y'all.
Yeah. Hey,
Diamond.
listen, but before we close out, man, shout out to Mir Fontane, man. You know,
Facts. I actually got a confession to make too.
young legend with the music shit. And for me, it's like personal, you know what I'm saying? Because I do music. I've been doing music since the beginning of time in Camden City. And just see the new young generation, you know what I mean, pick up the torch and come relentless like Mir been, you know, and doing his thing, being fearless and relentless with everything he do with his art. And, you know, just watching you rise, bro, and get your shit off, you know what I'm saying, and really, like, pack out places and sell out crowds, my nigga. Like, you know, best wishes, congrats to you, my nigga. Like, you know, you a young Camden icon, you know what I'm saying? And just keep doing what you doing, my nigga.
We about to do for a song too, bro.
Yeah, we do. We do for something. We're going to make it heavy, though.
Hell
We're going
yeah,
to take our
got
time.
you.
That's why we waited.
Veli tweeted something. I think it was Veli. Somebody tweeted something the other day where it's like, yo, this is a 1-year anniversary of the concert that you did at the TLA.
Yeah.
That's arguably the best concert I've ever been to.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's tied with the Jay-Z concert that me and Dev went to.
That's
Oh,
big.
that's amazing.
But I had an amazing, the whole night was amazing. Like, not even just the concert, the after party. It was great to see. Everybody knew the words. We talk
Shout
about
out to Mina Say
mean a
What.
lot.
I've seen
Shout
some shit, though.
shout out to Mina Say What, even though for some reason I think in another life I hit her in the head with a baseball bat or something like
did
that
it,
because
man.
she just don't fuck with me
Yes, she
for no
do.
reason. Nah, I'm gonna keep it 100. She
Nigga.
don't
Yes,
fuck.
she do.
No, she don't.
Yes,
you
she do.
you know it. She don't
No,
fuck with
yes,
me.
she do.
She don't fuck with me.
Yes,
But it's
she
all
do.
good. Shout out to Mina Say What
She
because that
do
is how
fuck
we
with
got
you.
those. That is how we got those motherfucking
the
tickets
Jay-Z
and shit.
tickets.
Yeah. So that was ill. This has been the Devinwade Show, and we out. Peace.
I came from the back of the borough, I grew up right out of the gutter. Got my 2 chains on everywhere I go, you know I be repping my brothers. Laying in the casket fucked me up forever, I had to pull over they covers. So nowadays I don't give a fuck, that's my only rebuttal. Cause cash rules everything around me, cream get the money, nigga, $dollar bill, y'all. If you try to run up on my come up this shit, fuck it, I'ma have to kill y'all. The shit that I seen, I never repeat, I keep it on low. Give a fuck about love, just give me your loyalty, all that I know. But what do I know? Now that that's out of the way, get the fuck out of my face. Now that that's out of the way.